Hi everyone, it's Sarah here, and today's video is a style analysis of the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle. I've also done a style analysis of Kate Middleton, so if you're interested in that, I will link it in the description box below and you can check that out. But today we're going to be looking at different things in terms of Meghan Markle's style. So her style personality, her body shape and what suits her body shape, and of course her colours as well. If you're new to the channel, thank you very much for joining us. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it, and welcome back to everybody else as well. Thanks so much for being here. So let's get started with Meghan's style personality. So it's kind of changed over the years. Obviously, she's gone from actress to being in the royal family, so her style has changed according to those different times of her life. If we look back at the times when she was an actress, I think her style was quite edgy. She liked kind of dramatic pieces. I don't know if she fits necessarily into one category of style, but if you take a look at this jacket, for example, it's such a statement piece. I love it. And I think the cut of it is perfect for her body shape. It's fantastic. But we also see some kind of more risque type of dresses, very low cut, shorten the legs, that we wouldn't see on her these days now that she is part of the royal family. So it's a lot more conservative, a lot more classic. Obviously, being in the royal family, there's certain protocols that must be followed. So we have seen her style develop and change. Now, I'm sure she's got a stylist on board helping her along the way. But it'll also be interesting to see how her style evolves now that Meghan and Harry have announced that they are taking a step back from their senior roles as members of the royal family. So it will be interesting to see whether she goes back to her kind of more edgy ways, her dramatic style, or will she maintain this kind of classic look of the Duchess of Sussex. Just on that point, what do you think about Meghan and Harry stepping back out of the kind of spotlight of the royal family? Do you think it's a good idea for them? Are you in favour of it? Or should they uphold their duties as members of the royal family? Let me know what you think in the comments below. So these days she has gone for more classic looks. We see very tailored trouser suits, very fitted, high quality, obviously, blazers and blouses, really classic styles, nothing too garish or out there. So very typical of what we would see for the likes of Kate Middleton as well. So you'll see that she kind of follows that classic style as well. I'm sure they're advised to go down this route anyway. Okay, so let's move on to the colour analysis for Meghan Markle. So there's mainly three things that we look at when we look at categorizing someone into color seasons. So that's their hair color, their eye color, and their skin undertone. Now we can see, looking at Meghan Markle, that her hair is very dark in color and her eyes are also very, very deep looking, like deep pools. And her skin tone, while it might be less obvious because she has kind of a medium tone to her skin, yet her undertone is in fact cool. So if we take a look at the colours on Meghan, and if we put her in that kind of the warm orange colour, we see that's kind of, I don't know, for me it's kind of too samey or something like that. It doesn't bring out the best in her skin, I don't think. Now, contrasting that and looking at the fuchsia colour on her, I think this does wonders for her skin and the depth in her eye colour. So let me know if you would agree with that. Which do you think is better on her, the warm orange or the cool fuchsia? In my opinion, I think she falls into the deep or dark, some people call it winter. So she can carry off cool colors that are like jewel toned, and we see that a lot in the clothes that she wears. She wears them beautifully. So highly saturated colors, and she wears them really, really well. We rarely see her in any kind of warm colors. We have seen her in this kind of yellow dress, but it's a highly saturated colour. It's a bright yellow, which winters can pull off. It's not too warm. So I think she wears that really well. We can also take a look at her in some lighter colours, and you'll see they look okay on her. It's very hard to make anything look bad on her, but they're okay. Now if we take a look at the colours that are a little bit more saturated, I think she pulls these off even better than the light colours. So that tells us that she can definitely go for the deeper colours of winter as well. If we look at this picture of her in wearing black, she wears black really well, and that's definitely an indicator of somebody who is a winter season. It's difficult for somebody who's a warm undertone to get away with wearing black. It kind of looks disjointed if you have a warm undertone and you wear black. There's not a flow or a harmony between your skin and the outfit. If black is not your colour, like if you're a summer, for example, black can be quite heavy. For the likes of Kate Middleton, she would be a summer, and I think when she wears black, which sometimes the occasion calls for, I think it kind of ages her a little bit and makes her a little bit tired looking. But Meghan can wear it really, really well, and that definitely indicates that she is a winter colour. Now moving on to the body shape analysis. So obviously I haven't got close enough to take Meghan's body measurements to make an accurate decision on her body type, but I would say she falls somewhere in between an hourglass. However, she doesn't have a huge amount of definition in her waist, so she's kind of borderline a rectangle shape as well. There's not a huge amount of definition, so kind of in between those two shapes. Now, what she does really well, or her stylist, whoever it is that is dressing her, they make sure to always highlight her waist. So that gives us the impression of an hourglass shape, which is what we're going for. We're going for that balance. And she does this by going for belts. She always has a belted coat, skirts that sit higher up on the waist, and a blouse tucked in. We rarely see her in kind of loose, baggy clothes that kind of disguise the body shape completely. She always balances. So if she has a wide neckline, she tucks it in at the waist with a belt or good tailoring, and then an A-line skirt out. So she knows how to work her shape the best way possible, or her stylist does. I don't know which one is doing the work mostly. So there we have her style personality. I would say if she wasn't in the royal family, she'd still be going for that dramatic kind of edgy look, but now she's gone towards a more classic look. It will be interesting to see where she goes from here now that they've taken a step away from the royal family. Her colouring, I would say deep winter or dark winter, some people call it. And her body shape is, I would say, mostly kind of rectangle, but she definitely makes the most of the waistline and kind of creates that hourglass shape really. So that's it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.